everyone! So MAC released their newest collection, Heirloom Mix, on October 19th online and October 23rd in stores. This collection featured quite a few different pieces, as it is their big main individual piece holiday collection. All of the products have special edition packaging, so there is a slight price increase. I actually picked up less than I thought I was going to, but here's what I picked up from the collection. The lipsticks retail for $17.50 US, 21 in Canada, they are 0.10 ounces, and they are limited edition. No Faux Pas is described as a hot pink with a matte finish. Rebel is described as a pink plum with a satin finish. This is also a permanent shade. Salon Rouge is described as a clean berry red with a matte finish. And Sparks of Romance is described as a true red with a matte frost finish. No Faux Pas is a bright fuchsia with cool undertones and a matte finish. The formula was lightly creamy but a tad drying when worn for an extended period of time. This shade applied smoothly, evenly, fully opaque, and pigmented. It lasted 7 hours before fading and left behind a stain. It's also the shade I am currently wearing. Rebel is a medium to dark pink berry with cool undertones and a creamy satin finish. The formula was lightly creamy but a tad drying when worn for an extended period of time. The shade applied smoothly, evenly, and mostly opaque. It lasted 6 hours before fading and left behind a stain. Salon Rouge is a medium to dark deepened red with cool undertones and a satin matte finish. The formula was lightly creamy but a tad drying when worn for an extended period of time. This shade applied smoothly, evenly, fully opaque, and pigmented. It lasted 6.5 hours before fading and left behind a stain. Sparks of Romance is a medium to dark brightened red with specks of gold shimmer, cool undertones, and a satin matte finish. The formula again was lightly creamy but a tad drying when worn for an extended period of time. This shade applied evenly, mostly opaque, pigmented, but had a slight rough texture because of that gold shimmer. The shimmer is also more noticeable in person than in photos. It lasted 6 hours before fading and left behind a faint stain. I picked up one of the Cremesheen glasses. Courting Chic is described as a deep berry red with gold sparkles. The Cremesheen glasses in the collection retail for $22 US, 25 in Canada. They are 0.09 ounces and they are limited edition. Courting Chic is a medium to dark sheer red with cool undertones and a gold shimmer. It applied smoothly, mostly even, and semi-opaque. The color does tend to settle into the fine lines of your lips, so the shade would benefit best by layering over top of other lip products. On its own, it lasted 3.5 hours before fading. And as you can see from the swatch, I did pair it over top of Salon Rouge, and it gives off a really nice, sparkly, shiny effect. This is definitely a gloss to layer over other products. The pressed pigments in the collection retail for $19.50 US, 25 in Canada. They're 0.04 ounces and they are limited edition. Enchantment is described as a violet with blue-violet sparkle, and Victorian Plum is described as a plum with violet pearl. Enchantment is a dark blackened navy with cool undertones and a fine blue metallic finish. When used dry, it's very sheer, sparkly, and has quite a bit of fallout. When this pressed pigment is used wet, it was smooth, intensely pigmented, but a bit rough around the edges, making it a little bit more difficult to blend out. I did notice fallout throughout wear with both methods of application. Enchantment lasted 9 hours before fading. Victorian Plum is a dark blackened violet with cool undertones and a fine purple metallic finish. When used dry, it was mostly opaque, pigmented, and easy to blend out. But keep in mind with pigments, because they are so loose, they will become more sheer once blended. When used wet, it was smooth, intensely pigmented, but a little difficult to blend out. Again, I did experience fallout throughout wear. Victorian Plum lasted 9 hours before fading. I picked up one of the two Fluidlines in the collection. Dark Majesty is described as a black with black pearl. The Fluidlines retail for $17.50 US, 21 in Canada. They are 0.10 ounces and they are limited edition. Dark Majesty is a charcoal black with fine silver shimmer and a subtle pearl finish. The texture was creamy, glided on easily, and didn't tug or pull at my skin when applying. It applied mostly opaque but was buildable to a more full coverage. This liner lasted 8.5 hours before showing any noticeable wear. So overall, I really like this holiday collection and I'm very pleased with all the items that I picked up from it. I like the fact that they used pressed pigments instead of just regular eyeshadows because I feel like the finish that they give off suits the packaging really well. So be sure to let me know in the comments below if you've checked out this collection, if you picked anything up from it, or what your thoughts are on it in general. As always, don't forget to check out my blog for more details, photos, and swatches, as well as like, comment, and subscribe to show your support. If you'd like to give me a follow, all of my social media links are listed down below in the description. As I always say, I hope you found this review helpful, and I hope that you have a fantastic day, and thank you so much for watching.